Freedom Caucus member, Iowa Republican Congressman Rod Blum. Congressman, very good to have you.
Neil, it's good to be on your show. Thanks for having me. And I must say, how does a congressman follow Joe Piscopo?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. But I have every faith you can do it because you're very good. Let me ask you, though, Congressman, what your colleague from Alaska was saying was that, you know, no one's married to anything as a make-or-break kind of thing just to get the deal done. But they have their priorities. His priority is to keep the corporate rate at 20% if he had his druthers. But if it gets more people on board, it bring it up to 22% to try to help people in high-tax states, so be it. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I mean, the art of government is fighting for what you believe in, Neil, strongly, and then at the end of the day, we have to compromise a bit. And in conference, we're going to have to compromise a bit. So if the corporate tax rate, which is currently almost 40%, comes up to 21 or 22%, if we look at as a whole, that's a big win for businesses, a big win for our economy. And I was glad before the break to hear you mention about the economic growth our economy is experiencing right now, because we're almost at double the rate that we saw under President Obama's 8 years.
What did you make of President Obama more or less saying in this speech, this is the Obama recovery? I mean, he did pick up from where we left what was a severe recession when he took over. So he seemed to be taking a bow for the continued recovery going on now. What did you think?
Well, I think it's probably something presidents do since the beginning of time. He did inherit a tough situation. I think we'd all have to agree on that. And he left the economy in better shape than he found it. But clearly, we're growing the first 3 quarters of this year at double the 8-year average of the Obama presidency. So I think that we have a saying in the House, Neil, that when the beatings stop, morale improves. and I think for the business world, when we elected a businessman to sit in the Oval Office, the beatings stopped. The regulatory beatings have stopped. And now we want to get the government's backhand out of the back pocket of businesses and individuals. And I think this economy can grow at 3% plus sustained.
And by the way, meetings might have stopped, but some of the craziness is not the tweeting and other things that get him off topic. Are you worried that that's going to be an issue and a problem, and assuming you can get through this and get a tax cut signed and approved, that it might limit him in the future because of these distractions?
There certainly has been a lot of, if you want to call them distractions. I haven't been through this before. I've only been here 3 years. This is a once-in-a-lifetime tax reform package. Last time was in the 80s with Reagan. And I think what we're seeing is folks that enjoy currently a loophole in the tax code that have crept in there over the last 30, 35 years, it being reduced or being taken away. Those are a lot of the folks that we're hearing. And they tend to be loud. And they tend to get media time as well, and we just have to power through this. As I said just before I came on the air, it seems to me that Republicans are upset, Democrats are upset, the right's upset, the left's upset. Maybe we struck just the right balance in this tax reform package.
That's an interesting thought. If everyone is ticked off, then maybe you're onto something. And a lot of people are ticked off. Congressman, thank you.
Everybody has to give a little bit, Neil. Everybody has to give a little bit.
All right. Thank you, sir. Good seeing you.
Thank you very much. Good to see you.
All right.